Today, I want to talk about why some people don't fully recover from trauma and why talk therapy might not be enough to help them recover. I also want to share with you the important missing ingredient that makes things like cognitive brain therapy, CBT, and other forms of psychology so difficult to integrate. My name is Dr. Ali Bremner, and I am the founder of Devashakti Trauma Sensitive Therapies for Women. I am a trauma-informed practitioner, and I've been teaching trauma-sensitive yoga and somatic-based techniques to improve women's health and mental well-being for over 8 years now. I currently work with leading gynecologists, psychologists, physiotherapists, and other specialists in a variety of women's health matters, including endometriosis, PCOS, and other pelvic pain-related disorders and trauma symptoms. But before I continue, I want you to consider this scenario. You're in a burning building and everything around you is falling down. Your body is in a state of absolute panic and fear. Now imagine you start to tell yourself that everything is fine and is just as it should be, and you attempt to go about your normal day. Would you believe this? Would you feel safe internally within your system? And would this positive self-talk help you feel comfortable? Of course not. Your nervous system is in autopilot, detecting the unsafety of the scenario you're in and wanting to get you out of there as fast as possible. Now, we know that as a result of a trauma event, whether that be ongoing life events or a single isolated event, our nervous systems become trapped in this state of panic and fear. So even though we are no longer in that burning building, our body continues to act as though we are. And this is why it is so difficult to talk ourselves into changing some of our fear-based patterns. The nervous system doesn't believe it's safe yet. Now, we know from numerous published studies that changing cognitive thought patterns and behaviors is effective, but when working with a regulated nervous system. Now, what do I mean by that? A nervous system that feels safe, that feels grounded and in the present moment. How do you know you're regulated? Well, you're able to tune into your breath and it feels steady and deep and rhythmic. You can think clearly and consciously. You're aware of your body and how it feels both externally and internally. You're also aware of your thoughts and your emotional state, and you can comfortably dip in and out of these. You're able to make calm, rational decisions, and perhaps you feel creative, inspired, and balanced. In terms of women's menstrual health, you have a regular and relatively pain-free menstrual cycle that you are able to tune into. Now, I know that you can spend a fortune on trauma services. However, I am a firm believer, and I've witnessed through the success of my own clients, that unless you're working with a regulated nervous system, cognitive changes are only short-term. The effects of the trauma remain in the nervous system and will potentially surface again. This is why I created Devashakti. All of my practices are evidence-based and focus on gently titrating the nervous system back into a more optimal window of tolerance. Through somatic-based practices, we can teach the nervous system how to remain more calm and grounded, despite the challenges that life will continue to throw at us. When you're regulated, you feel safe in your body, and you will learn to turn to it for guidance and for direction when making choices. You'll become more embodied, meaning that you can read and tune into your body's needs, which in turn reduces illness and hormonal imbalances. Finally, as we engage with the sensory body, You'll become more sensual, both in terms of sexuality, but in how you engage with the world. So everyday experiences have the potential to become so much richer and rewarding. If you're interested in this kind of therapy that treats the root cause of trauma, which is encapsulated within the nervous system, then I warmly invite you to join my private online community for women. In this community, you will receive access to somatic-based practices, trauma-sensitive yoga, nervous system regulation tools, breath work, and grounding practices, along with meditations and live support calls from me. You will become engaged with a community of women sharing and also navigating their way through similar challenges. And through your shares, your comments, requests, I build content and courses that are based on your needs. So you are receiving exactly what your nervous system is seeking. I'm inviting the next 100 members to join my community for free. After that, there will be a small subscription fee. So I encourage you to jump in now to gain that life-free membership. If you're interested in joining my community of women, then I invite you to click on the link below. I look forward to meeting you. Namaste.